and welcome to Wrestling Days Live. We are live for this watch along of Extreme Rules. We are going back to Extreme Rules 2012. We're doing this because, of course, it is Extreme Rules next weekend, and we will be doing the watch along on the channel. So I wanted to go back to like a really classic, iconic Extreme Rules show, and that is exactly what we're doing here. We are going back to what is regarded as the best ever Extreme Rules show. This comes from 2012, and just to give you a little bit of backstory, this is it's the show just after WrestleMania 28, and obviously John Cena had lost to The Rock, so John Cena was quite down, as you can imagine. He was quite sad. It was sad Cena. So he was quite depressed. And then things got worse because Brock Lesnar returned. Brock Lesnar had been away for a long, long time. He'd been over in New Japan. He'd been in the UFC. And it was kind of expected that he was going to return. But the night after WrestleMania, if you've never seen this moment, you've got to check it out. You've got to check it out, right? You've got to go onto YouTube and check out the moment that Brock Lesnar returns, because it is so cool. It is so cool. Just in preparation for this, I actually watched it again, and I love it, man. It's so good. Cena's in the ring. You know, the fans are calling him a loser because, of course, the fans weren't really on his side at this point. Night after he'd just lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 28, things can't get much worse, and then the music hits, and out steps Brock Lesnar. So, very, very cool. So, this is the first show after that. The main event of this is Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Extreme Rules. I got to tell you that three of the matches on this show were all nominated for Match of the Year. That's how good this show is. Universally loved this pay-per-view. Now, I've not seen it since 2012. This is not one that I've ever gone back to. So I am very much looking forward to watching this. Comes in at just under 3 hours. And I'm just literally finding it. I'm talking so that you guys can find it as well. I literally, as I'm talking, I'm setting it up. So hopefully you lot are doing the same. It's Extreme Rules 2012. I've managed to find it on the app. I will jump in and say hello to you all in a second. I am literally just setting things up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I can see people in the chat. Shout out to This Was Awesome, says the big guy. Days, what happened to the stream? What stream? What stream? This is the stream. You're on it. I'm excited for this stream. Should be good, Wrestling Days fan. This, honestly, really good show. I really did want to watch like an Extreme Rules before next weekend, just to kind of, build the excitement a little bit more. And this was the only one. This was the only one that I was going to be watching. So, I hadn't really given it much thought. I didn't know what we were going to do today, but just dawned on me. It's like, that is the show. That's the show we need to watch. Days, I'm all set up. Okay, buddy. John says, are you excited for AEW Fight for the Fallen? To be honest, it'll be on in the background, but I will be watching UFC. So Wednesday, we've got one of these. This is going to happen quite a bit, unfortunately, now because of what's happened with COVID. Obviously, all of the events there's been no events for a long time, like months and months and months. We've gone without like big events like the UFC and boxing and things like this. So I think now we're going to find the second part of the year is just going to be rammed. It's going to be absolutely rammed. I mean, there's boxing events that need to happen. There's so many UFC shows that need to happen. You've got AEW, NXT putting on random shows out of nowhere. Like, do you know what I mean? We weren't meant to get Great American Bash a few months ago. But as soon as it turned out Fyter Fest was happening, then, well, here's Great American Bash. And now we've got Fight from the Fallen, but it's not a weekend show. It's just a Wednesday show. this is what I'm saying. There's so much happening that there's going to be a lot of clashes. So, but Fight Island it was so great at the weekend. We're back there on Wednesday. It looks like a good card on Wednesday as well. So I can't not watch that UFC show. It's going to be so tasty. But I do know that Fight for the Fallen has got a couple of big matches. But I mean, you've got Moxley, Bryan, Cage, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It'll be on in the background, but my focus will be UFC. Masvidal will rise again, says Robin813. Oh, yeah. I mean, I did watch the 3 minutes and we'll start, by the way. I did watch the interviews after, and it was very, very interesting. Rumors that Paige Van Zandt is on her way to WWE. I did retweet Renee Young, actually sent a tweet out. This is what I say about UFC. It does have so much crossover, because there's a lot of those stars, a lot of those UFC fighters that have got one eye on WWE and wrestling. I mean, we saw Henry Cejudo come out with Tyson on AEW just the other week. We also have been hearing a lot of rumor that Paige Van Zandt, who was on the main show last night, she lost in the first round against Sheamus. She has said that she would be very interested in going to WWE. And WWE would be very interested in her, because even if she's not the greatest fighter, she's still got to the UFC level. She was still good enough to have a UFC contract. She is still a good fighter, a very good fighter. Bringing her into WWE, and you can't look past the fact that she's a very attractive woman as well. So I think she's 26 or something like this. So she's going to go. I can see her signing with WWE. I can see Paige Van Zandt going to WWE. Her UFC career is done. I think she goes to WWE. It's going to be very interesting how they use her. I'm not a fan of her. I don't think she was a very good UFC fighter. But in WWE, I think, is she going to be someone that's going to be there or thereabouts? Yes. Do I want to see her beat Asuka? No. But do I think that she could be a good challenge for people? Yeah. She would be a decent addition to the women's roster. No doubt about that. She would be a decent addition. She's going to breeze past people like Dana Brooke, Tamina, Nia Jax, maybe Bayley, Sasha, maybe kind of around that level. Bringing in Paige Van Zandt would be a decent addition. So this is what I'm saying. This is why it's worth wrestling fans watching UFC, because it's a feeding ground now. I mean, that's where Matt Riddle has come from. Matt Riddle's come from UFC. So, and obviously Brock, but Brock was in WWE before. Days, what are your thoughts about the bonus episode of Last Ride? I've not heard anything about it, but is the clock still on UFC mode? It is. Thank you, whoever just said change the clock. Lauren, shout out to you. Okay, right, we're done. Anyway, I will come back to chatting to you guys, because obviously that's the whole point of streaming. But yes, let's get the ball rolling on this. So, are we ready? I'm really excited for this. Genuinely, I'm really excited. I could not do a stream today because I'm still really feeling... I mean, we did 10 hours yesterday, last night. So I'm still kind of feeling the effects. My voice is a little bit worn. I'm definitely not feeling 100%. Feel not ill, but just, you know what I mean, a bit run down. But I want to do this stream. I really want to do this. I'm really looking forward to watching this again. So I'll be ready in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here we go. We are underway. And this was the moment that Brock returned. There's Cena in the ring. He goes to shake his hands onto the shoulder. F5. Here comes the pain. This is well before Suplex City. Well before Suplex City. Right, let me jump into the chat. Oh, hello, a little bit of lag. Sean Reset says, hello, Days. I was at the Raw when Brock returned. That's amazing. It was in Washington. The arena erupted when he came back. I tell you, that's got to be one of the all-time great Raws. That's one of my all-time favorite Raw moments. If I was to do a top 50, that would be in there. Maybe even a top 20, I'm not sure. But Lesnar's return. Such a moment. Such a moment. So that's great that you were there. Here we go. Here we go indeed. That's a scared man right there. This is a good promo from Lesnar. So, as we said, this is just after WrestleMania 28. Cena lost to The Rock, and then things got a hell of a lot worse. Shout out to KJ and Abigail. Skull Reaper says, I was at Extreme Rules 2012. Dude, it's such a good show. You really was at one of the best pay-per-views. This happens on April 29th of 2012. Not long after WrestleMania. You've got to remember that The Rock was only around for WrestleMania, so he's obviously not at this show. There's no Undertaker or Triple H. It was the end of an era match at WrestleMania 28, so they're not on this card. Obviously, Shawn Michaels long retired, so you kind of look around and it's like, man, how are they going to keep that momentum going? WrestleMania 28 was the biggest, highest bought WrestleMania ever. It had a buy rate of 1.2 million. It's huge. WrestleMania 28 was a massive success. Why do you think they did Rock Cena at WrestleMania 29? They were trying to just get close to what WrestleMania 28 did because it was a monster show. So here, they're like, how do we follow that? Well, they brought in Brock Lesnar. The buy rate here, I think, is a little bit flat, to be honest. This got 263,000, which if you think that WrestleMania just did 1.2, this got 263, feels flat. But it was seen as a success because, of course, this is just a B show, you know? It's not SummerSlam, it's not Mania, it's not the Rumble. This was actually the best bought B show in 7 years. You'd have to go all the way back to 2005. So this is what I'm saying. It was a success. But it does feel maybe a bit, I don't know. But it's seen as a success. To put it into context, Over the Limit is after this, and that got 167,000 buys, so. Right, here we go. You need to look up the bonus episode. It will be on the 19th. Okay. Leah, shout out to you. We're starting then with our first match. We're getting Kane. Love Kane in that mask as well. Kane in that full, like, welding mask. That's a good look for Kane. That's a great look for Kane. I think this is Falls Count Anywhere. Kane versus Orton, I believe. Falls Count Anywhere. That's a great look, isn't it? Isn't that a great... There might be a few people that have never seen Kane in the welder's mask. But I think it looks really cool. Lesnar went full on with Cena. Those knees to Cena's ribs. Miss Clown 1, shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, we keep saying about how great this show is. Just to put that into context, 3 of the matches on this show all got nominated for Match of the Year. 3 of the matches we're going to watch tonight. Dave Meltzer gives Lesnar Cena in the main event 4.5 stars. It's nearly a 5-star match. There, we're just seeing the build to this. Look, Kane attacking Randy Orton's dad. There's Kane. It's gotta be Kane. Again, seeing the build. Kane in the ring. There's Randy. And there's Paul Bearer. I think that was one of the final times we saw Paul Bearer, you know. Kane says he doesn't care what happens to Paul Bearer. But yeah, that was There wasn't many more appearances of Paul Bearer, unfortunately. What are your predictions for Extreme Rules? I'll do that in the week. I like to get Raw out of the way. And then I do them. You used to, when SmackDown was on a Tuesday. You used to be able to do the predictions on a Wednesday, and you used to be able to watch Raw and SmackDown. Whereas now, with SmackDown on a Friday, you can't really wait that long. So, and nothing really happens anyway. There might be like a match that gets added or something, but here comes Orton. So yeah, we'll probably do that Wednesday, something like that. I remember Orton hitting Kane with a chair multiple times. Sonny Wolf, shout out to you. Monica King, shout out to you as well. Wrestling Days fan says Kane Orton was great. Wow, they're on their way. This was a really strong show overall. I'm watching the pay-per-view whilst watching the stream. Shout out to you, Michael. I miss pay-per-view review streams. Yeah, I mean, I did think about doing those, but I don't know. We've done them in the past, and like, there wasn't really that well received, if I'm being honest. I mean, we'd have like maybe a couple of thousand people would join, which isn't bad, but I just kind of got the vibe that they weren't that popular or required. I think there's other channels that people go to for that kind of a thing. So I don't know. I mean, we can definitely bring them back. I suppose there could be a way of reviewing. I'd really love to find a way of reviewing shows actually, but in a different way. Because obviously I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. What's the point in doing that? So I mean, we watch the shows. We do the watch-alongs for them, so I see what happens, and doing a little review after would be easy, but yeah, I don't know. Doing it the same as everyone else obviously doesn't work, so I need to give that some thought. That is on my agenda, actually. It's on my to-do list, along with many, many other things. Right, we're underway anyway with Kane versus Orton. As we said, I think this is Falls Count Anywhere. In fact, I know it's Falls Count Anywhere. And I also know that it's meant to be a very fun match. This is in Chicago. I haven't even mentioned that. We're in Chicago, so you know this is going to be a red-hot crowd. This is a red-hot Chicago crowd. Falls Count Anywhere on the outside. Trying for a quick pin already for Kane, but just a 2. Hopefully nothing stupid happens in an eye for an eye match. Do you know what? All right. Can we just talk for an eye match for a second? If I understand, if someone's watching this in the future, they'll be like, "What's this?" Okay, we're talking about Extreme Rules 2012 eye for an eye match. There's an eye for an eye match coming up, and I have not seen this news, right? But I've read that WWE have confirmed somewhere, and I don't know where, but they've confirmed that the winner has to pull out the eye of their opponent. I don't care what happens in that match. I don't care how great the match is. I don't care how impressive the end looks. That is one of the stupidest things I have ever heard. How am I meant to believe that a wrestling company that has rules and refs and is sanctioned, and, you know, they won't sanction Christian for a match against Randy Orton, but they will sanction someone ripping someone's eye out of their socket. I don't care what happens. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I think it's ridiculous. WWE are just abandoning all kind of sports element now. Now we're just going into full-on fantasy land. I don't understand. I think it's so stupid. So stupid. And there will be so much... I mean, the rumours are there's going to be CGI of someone ripping someone's eye out. They're clearly trying to attract casual fans, maybe. I mean, is it intriguing? Yeah, sure. You know, am I interested to see what they do with it? Of course. Right now, as I'm sat here, do I think it's a good idea? No. No. But they're trying something different. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I can only be honest in saying I'm really not looking forward to it. I'm not excited. I'm intrigued, but I'm not excited by it. We're already in the crowd on this one anyway. Already Orton in with the fans, smashing Kane's face into the railings. Kind of gives me a feel of, is it Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns from Royal Rumble? They went into the crowd quite quick, didn't they, this year? Might even have forgot there was a Falls Count Anywhere match this year, but... Booker T on commentary as well. 2, just a 2 count. Trying to attract movie fans, says Chalmers. Yeah. I mean, I do understand that, but I don't know. For me, wrestling has always been 2 guys going against each other, resolving their differences. And I understand you have to, suspend your belief a little bit. Totally get that. But I do struggle when it's going to be like one man's going to rip another man's eye out. I struggle with that. Maybe if they'd had a match and Seth did it after the match, do you know what I mean? I could get with that maybe a little better. Seth goes rogue, just does it. I could vibe. But the fact that WWE have said this is how you win the match. WWE are apparently fine with someone ripping someone's eye out. They've got 2 wrestlers under contract, and they're apparently fine with one of them being put on the shelf for however long it takes to recover from having your eye put back in. I don't know. How long does it take to recover from that? Is it just like you go, and then everything's fine again? I don't know. We need to get some doctor's advice on this. Does it take weeks, months? I don't. Can you recover from it? Are you ever the same again? I don't know. Right, Kane, they're proper in the crowd here, going up the steps. Look at this. That's exciting, isn't it? I mean, it's just exciting to see a crowd of people, in all fairness. In 2020, all I care about is seeing a crowd. Do you know what I mean? That excites me even more than the action. It's like, look at this. There's a room that's got like thousands of people in it. Loads of CM Punk shirts. Again, into the... This is fun, man. Nice uppercut by Orton. I don't think they're really going to rip eyeballs out. No. I think they will use fake eyeballs to make it look real. Apparently it's CGI. CGI is what they're doing, but I don't know how that's going to look. Nice drop kick. They're right on the entrance area now. No, I mean, of course, they're not really ripping eyeballs out, but in the kayfabe world, WWE are saying that to win the match, you've got to rip your opponent's eye out. And that's just hard to believe that they would be okay with that. I can't that's the bit I'm struggling with. As I said, if it was a normal match and after the match Seth did it, I could understand that. Seth's gone rogue. I can't believe what Seth's just done. Seth gets suspended, maybe even fired. I could get with that a little more. That I can accept it. But WWE saying the only way our hands are tied. Mysterio's asked for an eye for an eye match, and so what can we do? The winner has to rip out the eye of their opponent. It's like, what? Silly. Right, we're going backstage now. They have been all around the arena, in the crowd. Now we're backstage. Face first into one of those trunks. Where's he going? Into another. What if the Fiend versus Willow, because Jeff owns the property to Willow? I don't want it, Willow. I've got no interest in Willow. Big strike by Kane. I don't know why, I keep saying this, but I don't know why you would want to keep doing all of this, talking about Jeff's real life issues, addressing them, trying to show and prove that he's got over his problems, only to then go bring in Willow. That would make no sense to me. Is that the... Okay. So we're in the backstage area where WWE superstars are watching the show. This is fun, isn't it? There's an area backstage where they can watch the show. Here's Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. Here we go. Look, he's unloaded on Kane. Didn't go well. Orton, nice. He's going for a pin backstage. I can't see who's actually there. Shoulder up for Kane. I can't see who any of them people are. I just know that one of them was Zack Ryder. Big right hand by Orton. Kane hurls Orton into some random poles that are just there. Just random poles. Mini Days will rip Days' eye out without CGI. John says, this is a good match. Dazzle Music says, R.I.P. Joe Rogan. Has the cameraman fallen over? I think the cameraman fell over. That's amazing. We just saw the cameraman's feet. That's how much fun this first match is. We've had a cameraman fall over. Just throwing that at Orton. Going for the pin backstage. Where's the ref? The ref. What's the ref doing? 2. Oh, if the ref had been in position. Yeah, I don't think Kane's impressed there. Is that gorilla position? Is that the old school gorilla position? Where is everyone? Where's Vince? Here we go. We're back out. Should point out as well that this is a fun little entrance. Because it's got like the big X for Extreme Rules, and you kind of walk out under it. I can't see them doing anything that exciting these days. But we're back out in the arena. They've been fighting all over the place. Days, I thought WWE was PG, so taking an eye out would not be PG. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're going to see, do I? I don't know what they're actually how they're gonna do it. I would imagine that Extreme Rules might not be PG, actually. I mean, WWE as a brand are, and certainly the product that they put out on TV is, and the majority of their pay-per-view shows are, but, you know, if this is called The Horror Show, and it's going to be like a horror theme, a horror vibe. Duck underneath by Orton. Then yeah, it might be that this is like a 12 or a 15. He's going under the ring. So Kane is down in the ring. Orton going under the ring. I got to tell you that there's, as I said, 3 matches on this show that were voted as being in the top 10 best matches of the year. This isn't one of them. So we've still got the 3 matches coming after this that were voted as the best of 2012. So we've got some good stuff on the way, man. And this first match has been fire. They've fought all over the place. They've gone absolutely everywhere. It's been really fun. Orton just absolutely battering Kane with a chair right now. I'm going to be open-minded and see what happens. That's fair, Colin. That's fair. I mean, I'm going to see what happens as well. But as I said, right now, going into it, I still can't justify why a company would be okay with 2 of their performers being in a match where you have to rip the other person's eye out. I don't even know if ECW did anything like that in the 90s. Here we go. Back elbows. Face first. They're on the commentary table. He's looking for that draping DDT off the commentary table. It is vintage Orton. Boom. DDT on the outside. Pay-per-views, not too exciting these days. What timestamp are you? It's at the bottom. 2. Shoulder up. You can see the time. Is it on the screen? Yeah, it's on the screen. Just at the bottom where we are. You can see 21 minutes. That's exactly where we are. A sign said push McIntyre. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's amazing. Push McIntyre. Do you reckon Vince was watching this pay-per-view the other week? Like earlier, just before the Rumble, just before Royal Rumble 2020, he thought, oh, I'll watch some on the network. And he's watching this and he saw push McIntyre. And he was like, do you know what? I think I will. That's amazing. Days, can we say now that last night was the greatest stream? I think it was certainly up there. It was certainly up there. I think last night was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great show. Really enjoyed it. Main event was flat. It went the way that we thought. You know, Masvidal was very disappointed after. But yeah, I mean, what a show. Right, into the ring post went Orton. He's down in the ring. Kane getting up. Orton pops up, takes the leg away from Kane. Kane crashes down on the top turnbuckle. Is there someone in the crowd that's got a tinfoil hat on? I swear there was someone that had like a tinfoil hat on and I don't know why. Perhaps they're worried that someone's going to read their thoughts. Orton up top looking for a superplex with Kane. He has got a little smile on his face. Here we go. Massive superplex. It is a massive superplex. He's going for the cover. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Kane. Wow, this match is quite long, isn't it? Days, how did you feel about Evil winning? Yeah, I did see that result. I haven't watched the match, but I did see the results. Dominion looked like a pretty fun show. My only problem with New Japan is they do too many tag matches. So, yeah, I don't know. I saw the review of what people thought of it, and the early part of it was getting like C grades and things like that. It's meant to be all right. But, yeah, Evil versus Naito. Evil winning both of those belts from Naito. Shoulder up by Orton. Can we just say how great this match is? A lot of fun, man. Chokeslam only gets a 2 count. I'm disappointed that he's lost it so soon after winning earlier this year and then not defending during like the pandemic. But I don't know. It's good storytelling, I suppose. Evil just going over to Bullet Club, hasn't he? So he's gesturing. He's going to be putting him away. Look, he's put a chair down. Kane looking to finish Randy Orton here. Edging over. Orton getting up. Picks him up. He's going to deliver it. Tombstone onto a chair. Orton reverses. Here he comes. RKO. RKO onto a chair. You could just see it coming a mile away. 1, 2, 3. Orton wins. Kane tried for the tombstone. Couldn't get it. Orton delivered RKO. Is Green Shirt Guy there as well? I don't know that I've seen Green Shirt Guy. Isn't it crazy to think that this was 8 years ago? 8 years ago. Good match, that. Pizza, shout out to you. Days Dana has just confirmed Nunes versus Aspen Ladd. I mean, Nunes wins that, no doubt about that, Charlie. But still, a very fun match, that. Makes sense. Man, that's a challenge for Aspen Ladd, though. That's a... I say challenge, but it's impossible. What's your thoughts on Elite 77? It's a good series. I like the Fiend figure. I think the Fiend figure, for me, I haven't got it, so I can't give you a proper rating, but my gut feeling would be that it would be a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Maybe a 10 out of 10, but not a day's. I think the head's too small, and I don't know why. I just feel, I don't know. I'd have to compare it to a picture of Bray and compare them side by side, because I'm sure the proportions are fine. But I was just like, I don't know, there's just something about it. It just doesn't look, the proportion just didn't look right. I kind of feel like they can make a better Fiend figure than that. I feel like we will get better in future. But as a first one, I think it's really good. It is really good. Days, do I have to unsubscribe? I'm currently... Yeah, I think you do, Chalmers. I think you do. I mean, that's for you to decide as to what you feel comfortable with, but... I'm not... I can't be vibing with people that are currently extreme. So, big win there by Orton. I've got the Fiend figure. It is better in life than in pictures. A 9 out of 10 for sure. Not quite days rated. Thank you, MTS. Hey, do you remember that? The wheel. It's the wheel of matches. Everybody loves the wheel of matches. What was that? The wheel of matches? It's the wheel of matches. My voice is gone. Teddy Long, player. So this is John Laurinaitis and Teddy Long, and they were GMs of Raw and SmackDown at the time. After 8 years, WWE finally has some credibility. John Laurinaitis played a big part in bringing Brock in. To change and people power. Nostalgia. Triple H on the phone. Well, it is, yeah. It's a great first match. Right, so little backstage thing. There's Chicago. Chicago's such a great crowd. Could you imagine if they go to Chicago and Punk comes back? I mean, we've been saying that for like 6 years, but man, if you're going to do it, that's the place to do it. Okay, here we go. Ladies match. Oh, no, it's not. Is this the Funkadactyls? Is this the Funkadactyls? Anyone else getting Total Divas vibes? Yes! Brodus Clay. Gonna run. Could somebody call my mama? Ah! Yes! I've really hurt my shoulder, man. I can't do it. I don't know how I've hurt my shoulder, but I've really hurt it. Here we go. That's better. Someone call my mama. Cameron, Naomi. We got Brodus Clay. We got Hornswoggle. Somebody call my mama. Yes. Lot of fun, man. Oh, this is the best way to use Hornswoggle. This is the best thing Cameron ever did as well. Ah, just good fun, innit? Excuse me. You're excused. Go away. Right, Vicky Guerrero. Dolph Ziggler. I'm here to show the world. Bring it on. There's Jack Swagger as well with him. Jake Hager. I miss Vicky, says Heather. Vicky Guerrero, yeah. Excuse me. Jerry Smith says, Days, this is a weird question, but do you think Hornswoggle could go into the Hall of Fame? He hasn't got the accomplishments, of course. Or not enough accomplishments to go into the Hall of Fame. I would have to... Let's have a look. I don't know what his longevity was like. My gut feeling is no. That's my gut feeling. But how long was he in for? Saying that, I mean, he was in for nearly 10 years. I know he wasn't used constantly, but he was involved in some decent storylines. My gut feeling is no. But if he was to be put in, I wouldn't have an issue with it. You got to remember that, I mean, he had that great WLC match, which was legitimately really good. He was a lot of fun. He brought a lot of entertainment. He was in the company for 10 years. He was in some big storylines, like he was the son of Vince. Do you remember that? That's a really interesting story, actually. So you might remember that Vince's limo blew up. And I think this happened at the same time that Chris Benoit incident happened. So they had to drop that because obviously they're not going to do a story about Vince being killed at the same time of the Chris Benoit incident. So they had to drop that storyline. But apparently what was going to happen was it was going to be revealed that Vince had died. So Vince had died. Then at the funeral, they were going to reveal that there was another McMahon son. So there was going to be someone else. And that person was going to be Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy! Who you might know as Mr. Anderson, is it? In NWA now. He was going to be Mr. McMahon's son. And it was going to build towards a match between Triple H and Kennedy. They were going to have a match against each other. And I think the winner would get control of WWE. It's going to be this massive story. It was going to be huge. Winner would get control of WWE. They were really all in on Kennedy. But they didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. So in the end, they obviously couldn't tell that story anymore. And so they revealed that Vince's son was Hornswoggle, and they just had some fun with it. So it just went in a completely different direction. So yeah, that Benoit thing actually completely changed. Massive storyline that was meant to happen. So you got to remember he was involved in that. I think he was revealed as the anonymous Raw GM as well. That was revealed to be Hornswoggle, wasn't it? And as I said, he was in that WLC. He was great with Finlay. He was in DX. Here he is, do you know what I mean? Just coming down, doing the little dancing. I don't know, man. If he went in, I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it. He's not someone that you think, he's got to go in. But he's someone would fill out a class. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be a main event headliner. Like, if The Rock goes in one year, if they want to put Hornswoggle in, maybe Finlay and Hornswoggle together, that would make sense to me. Finlay and Is Finlay in? Finlay better be in. Finlay deserves to go in. I need to have a look now, see if I don't think he is he? Why is Finlay not in? Finlay... Oh my God, I've never thought about that. I'm really upset. I'm legit upset. Finlay. Oh, I might have to start a campaign. And Regal. Both of them should go in. He's not in. Unbelievable. Made his debut in 1974. He made his wrestling debut in 1974. He retired in 2012. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. wrestled for WCW, WWE. Was big name in the UK as well. Brodus Clay against the ropes. Big splash on Dolph. Brodus Clay going for the pin. 1, 2. There we go. A nothing match. Well, we get more dancing now, though, so that's all right. Yeah, Regal has to go into the Hall of Fame. That's not even a debate. And Fit Finlay has to go in as well. Should Linda go in? Vince and Linda, yeah. Vince has said he doesn't want to. But he'll go in once he passes away, I think. Shucky, shucky, quack, quack. Dun, 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 dun. They're both really new here, aren't they, the Funkadactyls? I don't think they've been around very long. Yeah! You work it, Hornswoggle. Somebody call your mama. It is a party. Like the New Day. A one-man New Day. It's bringing that power of positivity. Remember Tons of Funk with Tensai? I do, yeah. Well, you say no Linda in the Hall of Fame, but she has done so much behind the scenes. So much. I mean, she was the CEO of WWE, and she negotiated a lot of TV deals. She negotiated a lot of the figure contracts, and she's done loads. So you can't judge her on just the few appearances on camera. She certainly wouldn't go in for that. But her impact to WWE is undeniable. Undeniable. What Vince was doing on camera, she was doing behind the scenes. Like, they were running the company together throughout the 80s and 90s. We're just seeing this was on the YouTube, on the pre-show. They were trying to decide the match stipulation. It was going to be a tables match for Big Show's Intercontinental Championship match against Cody. Look, Cody Rhodes. There's Cody. Cody in WWE, not as Goldust. Not, he was never Goldust. Stardust, I meant. Right, here we go then. So we're getting a Cody match now. AEW, AEW, AEW. Tables match, Cody versus World. Here he comes. Big Sexy on his way. Oh, hello. Dun, 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 dun. Where's the Big Show? What is going on? What have I done? I've really messed this up. Big Show on his way down. Dun, dun. American Nightmare, yeah. It's going to be fun, actually, watching a Cody match. Cody match in WWE. They should. I don't understand why they didn't push him. I really, really do not understand. They've got the son of Dusty Rhodes. He looks amazing. You know, I mean, it's not as if he's ugly or anything. He's great. And they just, I don't know. I mean, I look at Cody and I see someone that I believe is a main event talent. I mean, I'm not just saying that because he does so well in AEW. I've always felt that way, and I know a lot of people did as well. I mean, I don't know what it was. I don't know. How did they not go all in? I mean, no pun. But how did they not go all in on Cody? I'm under arrest for accusing. I'm a huge fan. Please say Riddick Moss is the greatest wrestler of all time. Well, there we go. Riddick Moss is the greatest wrestler of all time. I hope that worked for you, my friend. I never saw too much in Cody. Oh, I did. I saw, I mean, he's got a great look. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes. He's a good wrestler, a real good wrestler. I mean, obviously, he's kept improving. Even his ring attire, his ring attire here looks classy. So many wrestlers these days that just wear black or very uninteresting tights. But here, look, he's got, like, white trunks with, I don't even know what color it is. Kind of like an orange kind of a band. It looks crisp. It looks classy. But he knows how to tell stories in the ring. He's good on promos. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes. He looks great. I just don't know. Big slap by Big Show. This is a tables match. I think the stipulation would be that you've got to put your opponent through the table to win. Cody is now a TNT champion. I miss his dad, the American Dream. Who made media TNT champion. Because they didn't know how to use him. There's too many talents in mid-card at this point. And that's good. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, was it a case that they had Cena, Brock just coming back? Do you know what I mean? Like, the top of the card was full. You've got Orton, Undertaker, still around-ish, not really. Maybe there's just no room for Cody. I don't know. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. For me, he should be right up there. I mean, in all fairness, at this point, they had Daniel Bryan, and they weren't using him at the top of the card. Took the fans. The fans had to take matters into their own hands. I feel that Cody is like the Daniel Bryan that never quite got the big fan push, if I'm being honest, you know? Cody is the Daniel Bryan that never got the yes chant or anything. So he had to leave and form a new company. In the ring goes Cody. Big Show with the table. This show's... We've already 40-odd minutes into this. It's been a very fun show. First match was great. Second match, we had a load of dancing. Somebody call your mama. And now we've got Cody. And we've still not had one of the 3 matches that got nominated for Match of the Year. This is a real hidden gem of a pay-per-view, let me tell you. Here we go. Big Show trying to hurl Cody into the table. Nice kick. Disaster kick by Cody. He springboards off the table. Cody trying to find a way of driving Big Show through that table that's propped up, but Big Show with a shoulder tackle and Cody goes down. Cody rolls out the ring. Days, I can't wait for Roman to return. John says, what do you think Dolph's stipulation will be against match? I think it's going to be you win the match when you chop off your opponent's arm. It's going to be something like that. You've got to amputate your opponent's leg to win the match. And WWE are going to be fine with that. That's not going to be... They'll have no issue whatsoever. Their hands are tied. I mean, Dolph can choose what happens. Do you know what I mean? Perhaps you win the match by sacrificing a family member of your opponent. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like something like that. Just to really hammer home the horror theme. Like, I don't know. How silly are we going to get with this? Because I think we're pretty much there with the eye for an eye match. Big Show with Cody on the outside. Cody kicking Big Show in the midsection, driving him back against the steps. Big clothesline, and Cody goes down. Days, I think you should go into the Hall of Fame. I'd love to go to the Hall of Fame. I'm obviously not going into the Hall of Fame, but I'd love to go. I find those shows very interesting. Oh, I just saw the guy with the mom and his, the guy with the long hair with his mom. They're in the crowd. Look, they're not even in the front row. They couldn't afford the front row at this point. They're second row at this point. Do you reckon he was in a mood? Ooh, Big Show puts his foot through the table. Oh, no, that's it. Big Show went through the table. Ah, that's a fun way to end the match. Big Show wasn't like beaten up or anything. It's a drop kick. He just stumbles backwards. He puts his foot through the table, and that's it. You win the match by putting your opponent through the table. Cody achieved just that. He did. Big spear by Big Show. It's a silly stipulation, isn't it? It's a silly stipulation. But them's the rules. Show steps through the table. I know. It was it was kind of fun, wasn't it, how he put his foot on? And because he's so heavy, because he's the Big Show, the table just went straight away. I'm guessing it was a gimmicked table. Well, maybe not. Maybe it would just break under his weight. I'm not sure. But it was great. And here we go. That Big Show choke slams Cody through a table, but it's all too late. Days, I think Dolph versus Drew match, the way you win is you tell a secret. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that. You open your diary up and you tell a secret. What, is it the first one to tell a secret? Or how would you do it? That's nice. I like that. Maybe the first one to win the match can make a wish. Don't know. And not even like in a good way where you help a child. You just literally make a wish. I don't know. It's so silly. Days Randy Show 2020. Edge will either help Show win or attack Orton. Big Show has got Cody up in the air now, throws him outside. Cody goes through another table. Oh, these poor tables. Justice for tables. That was a nasty bump, actually. He got thrown out of the ring and through a table. Days, Cody has got an aura to him when he comes out. Like, this is a big match. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't think he had that aura here, but that's all to do with how he's being booked at this point, and it's all to do with, I mean, he looks classy. He looks classy. You know he's Dusty Rhodes' son, so he does have that aura in the sense of, oh, okay, right, it's Cody Rhodes. Like, this is going to be good. But they could, yeah, I don't get it. He could have been main event for me, Cody. Drop kick. It's not even that great of a drop kick. And I like how the ref looks and pauses. And then he goes, yeah. And then there's that moment where Big Show's like, you just know Big Show wants to just push the table under the ring. The ref would be like, did you just go for a table? He'd be like, no. What he should have done is he should have got into the ring and knocked out the ref. Because I don't think you can get disqualified. So if he'd got in the ring and punched the ref before the ref had seen, then he could have pushed the table underneath and just been like, carried on. They've still not announced an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Do you see Cody in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it depends what happens with AEW and all of that. But I don't think so. I don't think he did enough in WWE, and I don't think he was around long enough. Days, what's the card for this show? We've got Brock Lesnar, Cena in the main event, and it got 4.5 stars from Meltzer. We've got CM Punk, Chris Jericho, amazing. We've got Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, and it's a great match. That is one of the matches that's nominated for the best of 2012. In fact, those three that I just mentioned are the three that were all voted in the top 10 best matches for 2012. So we still got those to come. Can't remember what else. Oh, he's a little bit wobbly. Little bit wobbly. Look at him. He's a little bit wobbly on his feet. But he is the new IC champ. Maybe the Wrestling Hall of Fame, but not the WWE Hall of Fame. He'll go into the AEW Hall of Fame. He is walking out without any assistance, looking out at the crowd. IC Championship in his hand. Gives the IC belt a kiss. Okay, what now? Daniel Bryan. So I cannot begin to tell you how popular Daniel Bryan is at this point. You've got to remember, just weeks before this, he lost to Sheamus in 18 seconds. That was such a pivotal moment. Daniel was really popular going into WrestleMania. He gives AJ a kiss, turns around, brogue kick. 1, 2, 3, lost in 18 seconds. That shot him to the moon. That squash loss did so much for Daniel because the fans are like, no, this is the guy. This is the guy we want. We don't want him being squashed by Sheamus. This is not what we want. And so the chants for Daniel the night after Mania, just all throughout the show. All throughout the show. Yes chants, Daniel Bryan chants. It took him to the next level. It's amazing. That loss did so much for Daniel. We are now on the road to WrestleMania 30. This is the night after WrestleMania 28, and we are on the road to that moment. Yes-mania. Look, you can hear the crowd. Daniel giving the yes chant. Is that AJ Lee? He dumped her. He got rid of her. Stupid man. Well, yeah, we've got that still to come. Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. Goldust needs to go into the Hall of Fame. Definitely. Definitely. So Sheamus, Daniel Bryan is going to be 2 out of 3 falls because of the fact that the first match I say, but WrestleMania ended in 18 seconds. Here we go. In fact, we're seeing it now. Look, here's Daniel coming down. He's definitely got the crowd on his side here. Look, the crowd, yes, you know, they're on his side. Look, here's AJ. Gives her a little kiss. Wonder what Brie thinks about that. Turns around. Boom! Bro kick. Down he goes. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Sheamus wins. And AJ... Oh, it did so much, man. 18 seconds. Bro kick, yes. I hate AJ Lee. Oh, I love AJ Lee. Imagine telling off AJ Lee. I can't. I'd only tell her off if she said she was leaving. Oh, look at him going mental at her. That was the kiss of death. AJ says it is my fault. I hope you're happy. Dead weight. We are through. And then she gets with CM Punk. I love AJ Lee. She was such a great wrestler, and she was involved in such big storylines. She's Hall of Fame. No shadow of a doubt, AJ Lee Hall of Fame. Kiss of Death. Linda hates days. That's not true. She says I'm the bestest. So we're just getting the build towards this match. Laurinaitis fining Sheamus $500,000. I wish AJ would come back. Same. A quick count by Daniel. So here we go. This is how we get to this match anyway. Right, let's change over the graphic. We're an hour in already. I don't even know how long the show is. It is 154. Well, 254. So we've got 154 left. It's quite a lot. Well, not a long show, but longer than I thought. Now, this is one of the matches of 2012. This is one of the matches of 2012. Let me see if I can find old Davey Boy's ratings. Dave, listen to the pop, man. Crowd love Daniel Bryan. Dave Meltzer ratings, Extreme Rules 2012. No AJ Lee. Okay, so old Dave Meltzer gave Orton Kane 3 stars. Yeah, I can vibe with that. Brodus Clay Dolph Ziggler 1 star. 1 star for Brodus. I mean, it was short. There was nothing to it. 1 star. He only gave Cody Rhodes Big Show 0.25. How moody is that? How moody? If you've ever wondered what a near 0-star match is, we've literally just seen one. Dave Meltzer gave it 0.25. I mean, I'll agree it probably was the worst of the show, but... well, there we go. But he gives this 4 stars. 4 stars for this next match. 4 stars. Here comes Sheamus. And look at his shirt. His shirt says 18 seconds. And he's got big gold. 18 seconds. Big smile on his face. I like this Daniel Bryan. I like he looks cool, man. Short hair. His ratings are awful. Yeah, I don't agree with all of them. Can we agree that AJ was the second step after Trish and Lita of the women's evolution? What do you think about Beth Phoenix and Natalia? I kind of feel like they deserve a mention. I mean, I suppose... I don't actually know... I think Beth Phoenix was before AJ, wasn't she? I mean, like, timeline-wise. I'm not sure when Beth came in. But I feel that she deserves recognition. I think there was a lot of good talent Michelle McCool as well was really good. Gail Kim was in WWE. She was great. But yeah, AJ Lee, she's right up there for me. Not just because of her in-ring style. I mean, she was good in-ring, but she was just involved in a lot of big stories as well. Laurinaitis is the Bella twins' father, which makes him Bryan's father-in-law, yes. Monica says, do you think Sheamus was ever in his prime? Well, certainly around this, I mean, he's never been popular. But, yeah, I mean, around this time is when he is as good as he ever is going to be, in all fairness. We are underway. I'm not a fan of him, really, anymore. Well, I was never really a fan of him anyway, but I just find him very bland. But I'm very interested in this match because this gets 4 stars and is regarded as one of the best matches of 2012. So this must be a really good Sheamus match. Nice takedown by Sheamus. Looks for that brogue. Couldn't get it. And Daniel Bryan goes over to the corner. You guys just say everyone is good. You said Goldust Hall of Fame. I'd rather hear who you think is bad. Goldust had one good match. It's not about if you have good matches. It's nothing to do with good matches. You don't go in the Hall of Fame for good matches. You go in the Hall of Fame for your service to WWE. So longevity means so much more than if you delivered good matches. If you were on the road week in, week out, showing up at pay-per-views, putting in performances, not getting injured, it's nothing to do with good matches. I mean, there's achievements, championships. I mean, obviously, if the company believes in you, then you will have been given championship reigns. I mean, let's just have a look and see what Goldust won from a champion. Forget his longevity, because he's got that. He goes in for that alone. But what did he achieve as well? Because I know that he won a few titles. Goldust is 9-time hardcore champion, 3-time Intercontinental champion, 2-time WWE champion, and a former World Tag Team champion with Booker T. He also won 4 Slammy Awards. He won the Slammy Award for Frequent Tweeter in 2010. I wish they still did that. Who is the Frequent Tweeter of 2020? Frequent Tweeter. What a stupid award. So there we go. Nice. That's lovely. Is that a clover leaf? Is it a clover leaf? I don't know. They're just showing me. Yeah. When it comes to people that don't deserve to go into the Hall of Fame, then anyone that's not around that long, anyone that's around for a couple of years that, doesn't really achieve a great deal, don't really have championships. Clothesline, down goes Daniel. Right now, if Dana Brooke was to leave, you'd say Dana Brooke doesn't go into the Hall of Fame because she won't have been around that long. She would have had a good few years, but not long enough to qualify for the Hall of Fame. She's not won championships or anything like that, so she doesn't get in for those reasons. And there's nothing really significant that would say, she has to go in for that. The impact that moment had on the business. So Dana Brooke, there you go. Dana Brooke would be someone that wouldn't go into the Hall of Fame. Clothesline by Daniel. Sheamus goes down. Being a ring announcer, they're not just in the Hall of Fame for being there a long time. That's so wrong. Who are you referring to? Goldust is a pro wrestler. He should be inducted on his merits in the ring, not being an employee. Jim Ross is a Hall of Famer as an announcer for his announcing. Howard Finkel, a Hall of Famer Yeah, I mean, well, no, I mean, they also, you talk about Howard Finkel that was in WWE from the late 70s all the way up till his passing. So Howard Finkel goes in for his, 20, 30 years that he's with WWE. Jim Ross, 93 all the way up to 20, I don't even know. But again, well over 10 years, 15 years service. Did announcing, also worked as talent relations behind the scenes. Loads of different positions, so he goes in. So I mean, longevity. It is a deciding factor. It's not. That's not even debatable. It is a deciding factor. Longevity. So you're wrong. I'm sorry. That it is a deciding factor when it comes to it. Being an employee that's reliable. This is WWE's way of honoring people. This is WWE's way of saying, you gave us everything you had, and as a result, this is our thank you, if you will. So there's no denying that if someone gives you great matches, wins loads of championships, they deserve to go into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely they do. Absolutely they do. I mean, look at Stone Cold. Stone Cold was what? When did he come in? 96 or something as ringmaster, maybe 95. And his last match was 2003? I mean, he did 7 years? So he wasn't around for like 10 years or anything like this. He was around for 7. But of course he goes in. He goes in because of the impact that he had on the business. So, but no, I mean, look, if you've got someone that's around for 10 years that's going to go on the road and give you house shows and is going to be there for feuds, is going to, maybe doesn't win the big one, but wins the IC title, wins the United States title, just picks up a few championship reigns along the way. Or even if they don't, but they're just reliable, they're there, they do whatever is asked of them, they go into the Hall of Fame. I got to tell you, I'd be putting Heath Slater in. I think Heath Slater goes into the Hall of Fame. Heath Slater has done everything that's been asked of him. He was a good servant for 10 years. 10 years he was with the company. He went through the whole Nexus thing. He was in the tag team with Rhino. He didn't really achieve a great deal, like championship-wise, but he was in 3MB. Just think of the amount of TV time that he has been involved in, the amount of matches at house shows that he's been involved in. He's just, do you know what I mean? He's just been there all throughout, and he should get rewarded for that. And the reward is that, you go into the Hall of Fame. It's a way of saying thank you. 10 years, that's a long time. It's a long time. 10 years. I think if you're around that kind of ballpark, then yeah, I think you're up for discussion. I can understand people saying, nah, I wouldn't put Heath Slater in. I can understand that. But for me, around 10 years, we're having the conversation then. We're having the conversation because you've done a lot for the company by that point. You've done a lot for the company. A lot of house shows, a lot of touring, a lot of traveling. Over by the ropes. We need to start calling this match. At what point does the Hall of Fame get watered down? I'm not sure if it gets watered down, to be honest, because you're always going to have your headliners that steal the headlines. And you might look in at, you can look at it now and go, Coco Beware? Does Coco Beware deserve to be in? Wendy Richter, does she deserve to be in? You can already look at it and say, I'm not sure about this person, I'm not sure about that person. But for me, this is where you need to have very clear parameters of how do you qualify for it? How do you get in? And for me, I think if you're going to give 10 years of your life and you're going to do whatever's asked of you, you're going to be on the road, you're going to be showing up to all the shows. Do you know what I mean? You're a company person. I think at that point, your name is definitely in the conversation. I'm not saying that's it, 10 years, you're automatically in. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that for me, around that point, we're starting to talk then. Do you know what I mean? Let's put it this way, you're under consideration. Of course, the other factors would be if you're I've said as well, I think if you're a WWE champion, you go straight in. Jinder goes in. Jinder goes in. I don't care what anyone says. Former WWE champion, held the title for 6 months. He's achieved other things as well. Jinder goes in. Nice knee strike by Sheamus. So, yeah, these are the parameters, basically, for me. If you win the top title, you go in. If you've been with the company around 10 years, you're under consideration / I'd be looking to put you in. Or if you've just, you know, maybe you weren't in 10 years, maybe you didn't win the top title, but maybe you had such an impact. I'd struggle to think who that would be, though, in all fairness. Who wouldn't have won the top title and wasn't in for 10 years? Someone like Jake the Snake? Maybe didn't do 10 years and never won the top title. Mr. Perfect wasn't in for 10 years, didn't win the top title. That's where those people fall in then. Sheamus scoops up Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan lands on his feet. Drop toe takedown. Sheamus goes face first into the corner. Shelton Benjamin deserves Hall of Fame. Well, my feeling on Shelton Benjamin would be he's not won the top title. He has picked up a few. I don't know that he would go in on accomplishments. I don't know that he's achieved enough to go in. So then I'm starting to look at how long have he been with the company. How long has Shelton Benjamin in his couple of reigns been with WWE? I mean, Shelton Benjamin, just looking at what he's achieved, he is a 3-time Intercontinental Champion, 2-time Tag Team, and 1-time United States. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. So I feel that, you know, that's a good start. He was in Ohio Valley Wrestling 2000, World's Greatest Tag Team 2002 to 2004. Gold Standard 2010. He left in 2010. And then he came back in 2017. 1, 2, kick out by Daniel. Yeah, I think Shelton would definitely be someone that could be considered. I mean, 10 years in his first run. He's been back for 3 years now. And as we've just said, 3-time Intercontinental, 2-time Tag Team, 1-time United States. Yeah, I think that's definitely a name that could be considered. Now, are these going to be people that are going to headline? No. But are these going to be people that will fill out a class? Yeah. And I think you could make a very compelling argument for someone like Shelton Benjamin. Or, I still stand by someone like Heath Slater. I mean, Heath Slater, let me look at Heath Slater. What a promo he delivered the other day as well. Heath Slater signed with WWE. He signed with Deep South Wrestling in 2006. 2006. Finally got brought up as part of the Nexus in 2010. I mean, this guy was part of the Nexus. So much love for the Nexus. There's people saying the Nexus deserve to go in. Well, if you put in the Nexus in, Heath Slater goes in anyway. What? Nice kick out. But then he had like some matches against legends. Then he's had 3MB, Slater Gator, Social Outcasts, tag teaming with Rhino. Did loads, man. Heath Slater, 1-time 24/7 champ, 3-time WWE champ, WWE Smackdown Tag Team champ, and won the Smackdown Tag Team Championship tournament as well. And was part of the Nexus. But it's fun, man. I tell you, you could make a really fun video debating as to who goes in and who doesn't. Sheamus on the outside with Daniel. John Cena, Hall of Fame, definite. Definite. That's why I feel in-ring skill is a requirement. It is a requirement. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree that you want your best wrestlers in the Hall of Fame, but they will go in. You know, people that have great matches and achieve things. I can't think of someone that's had great matches in the past that hasn't gone in. From like the 90s or something. I mean, outside of Owen Hart. I don't know. I mean, what about someone like Lance Storm? There could be a real argument for someone like Lance Storm. He had great matches. Let's have a look at Lance Storm. Lance Storm, ECW, WCW, came into WWE. I mean, he's could argue longevity. Kicks in by Daniel. I need to watch this show, don't I? I'm getting distracted. Sheamus wins by DQ after Daniel was firing kicks in. I think if Lance Storm went in, I'd have no argument. Kicks by Daniel meant that he gets disqualified, but he's caused a lot of damage now, and he's got a smile on his face. Sheamus is slumped down in the corner. Did DB just get disqualified? He did, yeah. Nice double kick by Daniel. He's looking for the yes lock. There it is. The yes lock. Sheamus is seemingly going to have to tap. This is good, actually. This I can see where the storytelling comes in. So Daniel has unloaded on Sheamus. Sheamus is in a yes lock. He's really close to the ropes. I'm not sure if he's going to make this or not. He can't even see the ropes because Daniel's got the yes lock across his eyes. Sheamus is desperately trying to see if he can get to it or break the hold. Has Sheamus gone? Has Sheamus passed? No. Yeah, Booker saying is out, but... No, he is. He's desperately trying to make one more. Daniel reapplies it. Sheamus is desperately trying to get out of it. He's gone. He's got to have gone. I think he's gone. The ref checking if he's there. Sheamus, call it. 1 fall each. I do like that. I like it when the second fall very quickly follows the first. I do like that. Because sometimes when you hear that it's a 3 falls match, you go, it's going to be long and there's going to be loads of rest holds and it's going to be dull. There's going to be slow moments and all this. But like with this one, they've just wrestled a really good match. The first fall has ended with Daniel Bryan unloading on Sheamus. And then the second, and to the point where he gets DQ'd because he doesn't stop kicking. Now he's just put Sheamus out with the yes lock. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship, a title that he lost in 18 seconds. I think, is there yes and no? I think there's yes and no dueling chance. Yes, no. The doctors are having to work on Sheamus here. Fandango is not in the Hall of Fame, no. I don't think Fandango quite qualifies yet. Again, he doesn't have the accomplishments. He didn't win the WWE title, and he's not been with the company around 10 years or so. So for me, he doesn't qualify. Look at Sting. He's in the Hall of Fame. He wrestled 4 matches. Yeah, but WWE, it doesn't matter. I mean, look at Jushin. Jushin's going in and he wrestled next to nothing in WWE. I think they'll be willing to put in WCW stars because they bought WCW. But I really think that just big names should be honoured. There's names in the Hall of Fame and certainly in the legacy wing that didn't even wrestle with WWE that are in the Hall of Fame. People like Edge Strangler Lewis is in the Hall of Fame, and he didn't wrestle with WWE. He wasn't wrestling when WWE were around. He was kind of before them. Same with Gotch, Hackenschmidt, loads of names. Didn't wrestle a singles match, but they go into the Hall of Fame. But they go into the legacy wing. Bro kick by Sheamus. Daniel Bryan goes down. He would go into the Hall of Fame, though. Will Vince put himself in? No, Vince has said he doesn't want to go in. Triple H and Steph have tried to convince Vince to go in, and he says that he doesn't want to. But he has to go in. And so if he doesn't want to go in whilst he's alive, they'll put him in when he passes. And I could see that being him being the only person in the class that year. I think if you put in Vince in, there's a good argument he's the only one that goes in that year. Just like there's a good argument that Undertaker's the only one that goes in the year he goes in. But I don't know. I mean, Stone Cold wasn't the only one that went in the year that he went in. Hogan wasn't the only one the year that he went in. There's only Andre. Andre is the only person that's gone into the Hall of Fame on their own in 1 year, and that was 93. So I'm not sure they've got an appetite for that, to be honest. Interesting stuff. Luger or Sid? What? Choose between them? Probably Luger. Kick. Down goes Sheamus. Hackenschmidt 316. Yes. Hackenschmidt 316. Daniel. Hello. Wrestle with Andy, by the way. Hope you're well. It's been a long time since I watched this. I've done an awful job of watching this. I'm not going to lie. I've done an awful job. I'm literally the worst YouTuber. But it's a really good match. We've just been seeing this drama. I'm going to concentrate on this. We've had 2 falls. This is a 3 falls match. I'm going to do better. Big strike by Sheamus on Daniel Bryan that's on top. Someone in the crowd has got a sign that says, "Oh my goodness." It's a great sign. Daniel slumps down. Sheamus with a big strike across the back of Daniel. Someone's holding up a big sign that says no, but I can't see what the image is. Sheamus looking for a superplex. Is that a picture of Sheamus with the word no on it? I think so. Headbutt coming in by Daniel. Down goes Sheamus. Daniel going up top. Looking to big splash, but no one there. I know people want Taker to be the only one in the class of his year. Oh, Luger or Sid for Hall of Fame. Oh, Luger should go in. No doubt about that. I mean, Luger won... Luger was all over WCW. Had a massive push throughout 93, 94. Yeah, no, I mean, like, Luger is absolutely synonymous with the United States Championship. So, yeah, you've got to put Luger in. Sid won the WWE title. I still stand by it. If you win the WWE title, if WWE felt that you was the man at that point, if WWE felt that you was the person that could be the spearhead of the company, you go into the Hall of Fame. So, yes, both go into the Hall of Fame. What channel is this on? It's on the WWE Network. David Arquette for Hall of Fame. Do you know what? He should go into the celebrity wing. He should go in. He absolutely should go in. I don't think he goes into the wrestling wing, but he goes in. 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus wins with a bro kick. I must say, I was talking a lot. I was watching. It was a really good match. It was a really good match. Real drama as Daniel lost that first fall, quickly won the second, but Sheamus managing to pick up the win in that third. And Sheamus retaining that World Heavyweight Championship. Fella's got to go into the Hall of Fame. Fella for the Hall of Fame. Look at that brogue. Days, when did this stream start being a Hall of Fame stream? I can't see Jinder in the Hall of Fame. I think I think he has to go in. I really do. I think for 6 months he was the man. They put the title on him. Granted, it was an experiment to try and break into India, and they tried to do it for those reasons, but he still carried their top title for that time. And he's been with the company a decent amount of time as well. Right, we're just seeing shots of Chicago as Sheamus goes to the entranceway. Eye for an eye match completed. No, that's not this week. That's next week. There's Santino. So we got a couple of jobbers now. How interesting is this? Couple of jobbers on a pay-per-view show? Aaron who? Aaron Relic and what was his name? Jake Happy. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he's got. Who are they taking? Right. Jobbers on a pay-per-view. No one stands a chance against two superstars, and especially not us two. Two is greater than one. Breaking news. Welcome to Mathematics Days. 2 is greater than 1. Why did they give these guys a microphone? Oh my God. 1, 2. Can someone come out? It's the big guy. Here we go. Two is greater than... That reminded me of... Did anyone ever watch... Keenan and Kel? I put the screw in the tuna. I put the screw in the tuna. I put the screw in the tuna. I loved that show. So funny. It reminded me of that, where they just kept repeating the same thing. Well, here he is, look, the big guy. Two is greater than 1. Is there Goldberg chance? Kick coming in again. I mean, they really tried to build Rye back up here, didn't they? I mean, he does look good. Absolute machine, says Michael Cole. Whoa. Slamming him down, picks him up. Boom. I loved Keenan and Cal. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I love Cal. Was always like, who loves orange soda? I do. Yeah, I loved it, man. Watched it all the time as a kid. I remember that and Sister Sister. Sister Sister used to be on around the same time. I used to like that as well. I think both were on Nickelodeon. Ryback. Trying to put... a tailbone breaker. A tailbone breaker from Ryback. Now he's got this Aaron guy. I hated that marching around. I thought it looked stupid. Samoan drop. He drags the one guy, puts him on the other guy. He pins both guys. 1, 2, 3. Turns out 1 is greater than 2. 1 is greater than 2. I said 1 is greater than 2. Got the great Carly, who's greater than all of them backstage with Santino Marella. Goldberg chants again, yeah. Goldberg. Goldberg. Jerry, I thought you told me to not talk about Hall of Fame, and now you're asking a question about Hall of Fame. Wrestler with Andy says, hey, Arnold needs to go into the celeb wing of Hall of Fame. Defo. They might need 7. Well, we all know that 7 is greater than 6. I said 7 is greater than 6, and 6 is greater than 1. But there we go. That was a nothing moment, wasn't it, that we all experienced. There's CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk, man, in Chicago. Welcome home. I'm hyped for Extreme Rules. Days, those jobbers still have a chance to be big stars in about 30 years. Days, that is horrible maths. Tonight is not any title match. It's a street fight. A Chicago-style street fight. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. Tasty. Days, my bad. I want to talk about Hall of Fame. Match of the James says, fans should chant, make him starve whenever Ryback wrestles. Hey, look, the big guy's here. Shout out to the big guy. Proving that 1 is actually greater than 2. I can tell you that last match got 0.25 stars from Davey Meltzer. CM Punk says tonight he's going to prove he is the best in the world. In front of 20,000 of my closest friends. Playing up to that Chicago crowd that are going to go crazy when CM Punk walks out there. CM Punk. CM Punk. This is for the WWE Championship as well. He's got that awful spinner belt. Adrenaline by Shine Down is the official theme song of Extreme Rules 2012. It's available in stores and on Apple iTunes right now. Right now. Here we go. CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Chicago Street Fight. And this was another match that was nominated as one of the best matches of 2012. Cult of personality. The following is a public service announcement from Jerryholics Anonymous. In the build to this, he'd been smashing whiskey bottles over CM Punk, and alcohol had been a factor because, of course, CM Punk is straight edge. Your father is an alcoholic. Your sister, she's had substance abuse issues. Even back here in 2012, we were making fun of people's personal problems. It's good to see, isn't it? It's good to see that WWE has been tasteless for many, many years. Many, many years. They're showing CM Punk going into a pub. That's in the UK? I think I even know where that pub is. I think it's right by the O2 in London. Smashing a bottle over... I need to watch that back. I need to know if that's the same pub. That's amazing. I could go to the pub that CM Punk has been to. That's amazing. Love that. I'll walk in and go, I'll have what CM Punk had, please. CM Punk is drinking, and as a result, you've got to strip him of the title. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? I don't understand. Here he is, look, dropping the title. He's a bit like... Whoa. There's a V in there. Can you walk this straight line? They've actually put a line in the ring and you got the policeman. Y. P. Ah, and he was playing all along, look. So there we go. He was just having fun. He could walk in a straight line. Although I couldn't do the alphabet backwards. I can't do it. I'm not a chance. I'd have a better chance if I was drunk to try and do the alphabet backwards. Jordan, shout out to you. Daze, do you want Ryback to come back? Well, it depends how people get used, you know? I mean, like, I thought he had a great look. He never really had great matches, in my opinion. But if they could find a way of using him, then give it a chance. But I don't know. I think there's better. And he seems quite bitter, so I'm not sure that he would come back. I think I saw he saying some stuff the other day about WWE. Right, lights have gone out. Surely Jericho first. Break the walls down! I miss that music. Break the walls down! Look at the jacket as well. We got red, white, blue lights flickering all over the place. Jericho making his way down to the ring. Days, can Dave in real life get a shout out? He's not going to be here in the chat. He's at work tomorrow and fell asleep. Shout out to Dave in real life. Chris Jericho is a big fan of Ryback. I don't know if he wants to go to AEW or any company. Okay. A lot of people could do the alphabet backwards, and I just feel so dumb I can't. Oh, don't worry, I can't. Zion Zombie says I should subscribe. See how you feel. Maybe talk it over with the family and see how it sits. Break the walls down. Saying the alphabet backwards to prove that you're not drunk is a dumb idea. Well, I think that's why Jericho proposed it, because it's difficult even when you're not drunk. I say difficult, actually impossible. I don't think I could do it. I would have to say it forwards and then go backwards. Like, I'd have to do X, Y, Z. So I'd have to go Z, Y, X. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. I'd have to keep going forward and just figure it out. And is there anyone in the world that can just do it backwards and not have to say it forwards first? There must be. I couldn't. You'd have to be able to see the alphabet like in your head, wouldn't you? And I can't do that. Drug-free. CM Punk's here. And he's in his street fighting attire as well. Do you know what time it is? It's clobbering time! That's what time it is. It's clobbering time. Drug-free, poison-free. This man has only got one drug. Pepsi. That's his only drug. It does look a bit silly, this attire, actually, looking at it. Those jeans look baggy. Has he got something over his jeans? Oh, hello, there's a bandana on the floor. He goes over, kisses a woman. Well, that's not AJ Lee. Who's that woman? Oh, that's his sister. That's Sister Punk. CM Punk looks like he's it's knee pads. He's got knee pads. Why doesn't he wear the knee pads under the jeans? I don't know. Oh, amazing. CM Punk's sister in the crowd. Miss Clown 1, shout out to you. Imtiaz says it is extremely difficult. Ryan says, I can do it. Well done, Ryan. Days, spell your real name without the middle line of the keyboard. Huh? I was thinking ex-girlfriend. Maybe his sister is his ex-girlfriend. I don't know what the Punk family get up to. Jericho is back in the corner, one corner. Punk's back in the other. They're both wearing similar attire, actually. Jeans with knee pads on the outside. I hate it when you go to a party and someone's wearing the same as you. That's exactly what's happened here. Look at the smirk on Jericho's face. Jericho's like... Days, would you like to see Queen of the Ring? Yeah, I would, and we were meant to, is what the rumour mill is saying. And we could still see Evolution 2, which will be great. I tell you what, if we get Evolution 2, I hope the surprise is Paige Van Zandt and not Tessa Blanchard. Yeah? Random question, what wrestler has the most iconic wrestling tattoo? Brock. Done. Simple. Thanks for coming. CM Punk. CM Punk. Maybe The Rock as well with the Brahma Bull. I still think Brock. They're going to the garden. Yeah. They do look like they're doing gardening. They do look like they're doing gardening. Oh, I wish this was a gardening match. The first to plant a flower wins. Maybe that'll be Dolph's stipulation for Extreme Rules 2020. The first to plant a flower is going to get the victory. That'd be nice. Do you know what I mean? The world needs more of that. What with the amount of deforestation going on in the world, that's exactly the kind of stipulation that we need. Maybe Greta Thunberg could be the guest ref for that match. Knees to the midsection by Punk. Clubbing forearms to the back of the head, and Chris Jericho is slumped down with CM Punk kicking out at Jericho. Jericho goes out of the ring. CM Punk follows him. I think, was CM Punk a little worried Jericho was getting close to his sister? Surely, I can't remember this match, but surely his sister's got to get involved somehow. Like, what's the point in having her there? CM Punk throws a load of chairs into the ring, and he throws Jericho into the ring as well. Punk looking under the ring. Gets a kendo stick. Punk jumping into the ring. Walloping Jericho with that kendo stick. Would you want Punk to return? Yeah. Days Lana is in a heap of sadness. Miro and her parents have got... has Rusev got it as well now? I saw about her parents and obviously wish them all the best. I didn't hear... And obviously, well, of course, I wish Rusev, Miro the best as well. But, yeah. Tegan Knox posted a picture with her girlfriend. I didn't know that she was... bisexual, because I know that she's had I think, didn't she used to go out with Travis Banks? I did not know that. That is news to me. Oh yeah, I'm just looking on her site. Never knew that. Well, more power to her. I'm not a big Tegan Knox fan, in all honesty, but that's got nothing to do with this. Fair play. I just haven't seen a great deal from Tegan Knox. In her last match, she had that stupid shocked expression. Do you remember? We were making fun of it. Kind of, I was a bit like... Ugh. I just want a really good... She had a good match against Dakota Kai in a cage match. But honestly, outside of that, I really haven't seen a great deal from her. So she's not really on my radar. I had high hopes for her because she was a big name as Nixon Newell on the indie scene. And she was very popular. So when she came into WWE, I was excited. And then, of course, she got injured a couple of times. And now, you know, we've seen a little bit of her, but she's not really done a great deal for me. She hasn't really done much, and I can't really, do you know what I mean? If someone was saying, can you tell me a great Tegan Nox match, I'd be like, she had a good one. She had a good cage match against Dakota Kai, but that would be it. I mean, outside of that, I couldn't recommend one. So I'm waiting. The jury is out. The jury is out. Face first goes CM Punk. I knew about her parents. I didn't know about Rusev. Yeah, same. CM Punk slumped in the corner. Forearm strike. Over in the timekeeper's area. Chris Jericho unloading. What did he wallop him with there? He walloped him with something. I didn't see what it was. Into the commentary table goes Jericho. Back elbow by Jericho. Headbutt from Jericho. It's a good crowd, this. We've got to just mention this is a fun crowd. It doesn't matter what sexuality you are, you should be still treated fairly. Oh, yeah, definitely, of course. Jericho exposing that top turnbuckle. Elbow drop by Jericho. Days, do you think WWE will ever change the logo again? I miss the scratch logo. They will change the logo again, but I don't think they'll change it anytime soon. I'm not sure they'll go back. I don't expect them to ever go back to anything. They'll always keep moving forward and innovating, and I don't think that you'll see the scratch logo again. But one day they'll change the logo. I can't say that it'll be like that forever, but I think they're quite happy with it. Do you know what I mean? It's clean, it's crisp, it's professional. It's on all of their belts. It is their belts. Kick to the midsection. Ooh, look. Jericho, what's he trying to do? Oh, I've not seen that. Look at that, ripping the padding off the top. That's good. Of the barricade. Oh, that's good. Right in front of Punk's sister. Come on, Punk. Come on, Punk. Why is she calling him Punk? Why isn't she calling him Phil? Come on, Phil. Isn't it weird? The sister calling him Punk. That's strange. It should be Phil. Here we go, look. She gonna slap him? Yeah, of course she is. CM Punk's sister slaps Jericho. Jericho just there. He's learned. Oh, he went for her. Punk jumps in. Unloading. That was fun. That was fun. Come on, Punk. Come on, Punk. Oh, he's lost his mind. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. You don't do that to his sister. Picks up Jericho. Puts him through the top of that commentary table. He has, man. He's snapped. He's snapped. A crazed look on the face of CM Punk. Off comes the shirt. Big cheer from the crowd. What's better than CM Punk? A shirtless CM Punk. Here we go. Nice back body drop by Jericho. There's that Pepsi tattoo. They must love that. They must love it. I hope he's got like a free lifetime supply of Pepsi. He definitely deserves that. The amount of advertising he's given them for free. he should get like a free Pepsi delivery every month. Ah, straight across the back. How have they never got in touch with him as well? Has he never been involved in an advert for them? Because all he'd have to do is go, "Hi, I'm CM Punk." That's it. Be amazing. In the ring goes Punk. 1, 2. Jericho with a 2. Jericho with a 2. Chinlock. Chinlock by Jericho. Pull him back on the chin of CM Punk. Knee driven in the back. CM Punk. CM Punk. Here we go. CM Punk getting up to his feet. Is grabbing. Jericho plants him down. Lovely stuff. Free advertisement. I wonder how WWE felt. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make him cover it or something, but can't really, can you? Unless he was always going to have an armband. But I think it's right at the top here, isn't it? You can't really put anything there. Maybe if it was something here that could be covered, I don't know. Oh, he stumbled! He stumbled! He had a botch, but it was lovely save. So he stumbled off, and as he falls down, Jericho with that kendo stick saved that moment. See what happens. Oh, he's got that kendo. I love it. It's great when they use the kendo stick that way. That's more vicious. You know, rather than just walloping them with it flat. I mean, that's still moody, but... Come on, Punk. Look at your sister. Imagine if someone gets a tattoo of AEW and then goes to WWE. That'd be interesting, actually, if a wrestler did it. That would be a problem. I'm sure they would surely make them cover it. 1, 2, shoulder up. So Jericho with the 2 count on CM Punk. Days Fandango has been with the company 10 years, back in 2010 when he won the 4th season. His name was Johnny Curtis. Yeah, but wasn't he in developmental for most of that time? Jericho. What's he got? Is that alcohol? Is that a beer? Is that a Coors Light? What is it? Oh, he's tipping beer all over CM Punk. Tipping beer all over CM Punk. Big strikes coming in. Do you know what's amazing? Actually, Fandango has been around since 2012. That's blown my mind. I thought it was about 2015. But just looking at his Wikipedia, it was the end of 2012 at a Smackdown taping. That's amazing. I suppose it does make sense because he obviously has that match against Jericho. For me, he's not done enough yet to go in. He's still got a while to go, but... Big strikes coming in, but Fandango as a character around since 2012. Strikes across the back. Against the ropes goes Jericho. Drop kick. Jericho goes down. Clothesline. Duck underneath. Swinging net breaker by Punk. Nice swinging net breaker by CM Punk. Punk backed up to the corner. Crowd chanting for CM Punk. He's got that look in his eyes. Charges over. Knee strike. bulldog to Jericho. Holding his lower back as he's walking over. Grabbing a kendo stick. So he's got this kendo stick in between the legs of Jericho. Oh, that's moody. That's moody. I bet Jericho was singing in the shower a little higher than usual. He says, nighty-night time here. He's got Jericho up on his shoulders. Jericho looking for the walls. Reversed by CM Punk. This is good, man. Oh, nice. Power slam. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Jericho. We are at the point now where there's about 58 minutes or so left. So we're into the final hour of this show. We've coming up to 2 hours in. So we're getting towards the final hour of the show. It's been a decent show, this. It has been fun. And this match, I think, has been very enjoyable. That Daniel Bryan Sheamus match was very good as well. Orton, Kane was very good. Hey, look at that sign. Someone's got a big sign, a big poster of a drawn CM Punk, and it looks awesome. Big chop by Jericho. Could WWE still put people like Jericho, Cody, Moxley in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I mean, not whilst they're with AEW. Whilst they're with AEW, they won't do it. But if they leave AEW and they're free agents, then yes. CM Punk was my favourite. Here we go, Jericho up top with Punk. Elbow strike by Punk, and again. Another big chop. Jericho goes down. Someone had a sign about ice cream bars that I was just trying to read, but I couldn't see what it said. WWE loves a kendo stick. They do. I'm surprised they don't sell them. Why don't they sell things that were actually used in matches? Do you know when a kendo stick gets broken? Do you know what I mean? Like the broken kendo sticks or the bent chairs and stuff. Why is there not a section on WWE Shop that sells the... Because surely they just get thrown. Surely they can't use them again. So I'm guessing they just get thrown away. But why don't they sell them? You're telling me that there's no one out there that would buy a broken kendo stick that had been actually used at an actual WWE... I would. If it was a match that I cared about, and it was something that I thought, I bought dirt! I bought dirt from the Boneyard match! Of course I would buy a broken kendo stick. Bulldog by Jericho. I still haven't got that yet, by the way. It's still in America land. That would be smart. That would be cool. I would buy a kendo stick. I'd buy a kendo stick. I'd wallop everyone with it. I'd soften them up with the kendo stick and then... full Nelson! Think of the fun I could have. Electric chair position here. Jericho on the shoulders. Oh! Is he transitioning? He's transitioned into the GTS. No, I couldn't get it. Clothesline by Jericho. That was nice. Little reversal. Into the corner goes Punk. Oh, into a chair. Into a chair that was in the corner. Kick out by Punk. Days, I would buy it if it wasn't a fortune, yes. No, they don't have to. I mean, if you think about it, all they're doing is throwing them away right now. So they haven't got to charge a fortune. Knowing WWE, it would be a piece of a kendo stick. That's true. That's true. I think that I've seen that Tops have done that, actually. I think Tops have done it. I mean, like, I know you can get little bits of ring mat, but I'm sure they've done it where you can actually get bits of, like, baseball bat and things like this. Just, like, little bits, like, of a baseball bat that's been used. I've seen that. I don't know why tops don't get bits of kendo stick or something. Do you know what I mean? It's another relic that can get out there that people would be interested in getting. Own a piece of kendo stick that was used in CM Punk versus Jericho. It's cool. It's just a cool little thing to own, isn't it? If you care about this match, if you're a CM Punk fan or a Jericho fan. Walls of Jericho, and it's the good walls of Jericho as well, not the stupid walls of Jericho that's basically a Boston Crab. That's the... and he goes into the stupid walls of Jericho. Not the... I hate this version. This is just a Boston Crab. That's a Boston Crab. He did the proper walls where he stands and really bends them round, and then he transitions to the Boston Crab. The Boston Crab's still a good move. Saying, no, I'm not going to give up. And there he is. He gets to the ropes. Oh, yeah, but it's a street fight, so it's not good enough. It's not good enough. He's not going to let go. He's got to go. He's got to really try. Oh, he's got a fire extinguisher. What are you going to do with that, mate? That or something. There we go. He sprays it in the face of Jericho. Jericho has been extinguished. It is innovative. CM Punk. CM Punk. Dave, did you hear the evil one? I did, yes. I did hear. A piece of Sting's bat. Yeah, that would be amazing. There is, I don't know if you know, but there is a WWE auction, but I don't know that they have those items. But there is, it's really hidden. I think if you type in WWE auction to Google, then you'll see what I mean. WWE auction, it's a website where the official site for WWE memorabilia. A lot of people don't even know it's there. But you can, at the moment, get lots of signed images, lots of signed things. But I don't think they've got things like broken kendo sticks on there. But that'd be the right place to put it. Jericho on a commentary table is down and out. I'm just looking what's on there, actually. They've got signed tag titles, women tag titles. CM Punk up top in the corner. He's looking to drop the elbow. He does. Man, that's impressive. That looks cool. That looks cool. They've got a signed Hogan poster. They've got a signed Stone Cold poster. They've got a signed turnbuckle from WrestleMania 35. All on WWE auction. Loads of signed artwork. But not a kendo stick in sight. Lovely elbow drop, though, by CM Punk. Nothing but love for that. Gotta give respect where it's due. CM Punk. CM Punk. He's got to get him back into the ring, and he's dragging him over. Days, did you hear the rumor they might bring back Evolution? Yes. Days, if the Demon King returns, would you want him to face The Undertaker? That would be cool. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Anaconda Vice. Anaconda Vice submission applied by CM Punk. Jericho is grabbing a kendo stick. Oh, he can't. Why couldn't he? I don't understand. Why couldn't he use the kendo stick? Oh, there he is. Now he's walloping him with that kendo. DJ B Tazzy, shout out to you. Says Days, hey everyone. Did you miss me? Oh, how I miss you. That is the first line that Bray said in the Funhouse. But really, I did miss you guys. I will be back real soon. I just wanted to stop by and say hello. Shout out to you, my friend. Lovely little Easter egg in your message there. Much respect. Did you miss me? Oh, how I have missed you. CM Punk with a chair. Jericho with a kendo stick. How great is this match, by the way? Oh! Code breaker, but with a chair, and CM Punk goes down. Jericho, 1, 2, shoulder up. Shoulder up by CM Punk. This is good. This is tasty. Days, do you know I'm on your streams? Yeah, shout out to you, Rosalind. Appreciate the support. CM Punk. CM Punk. Ah, just wallops him again with that kendo stick, and he's like, sorry, what? Who are you chanting for? Stay down, says Jericho. Stay down. No, he hasn't been able to put Punk away. I tell you, this has been a really fun show. I really hope that this year's show is going to be this entertaining. Like, the matches are going to be this good. We've had some good matches here. Punk on the shoulders of Jericho. I am the best in the world. No, Punk is going to look to slingshot Jericho into the corner, into the exposed corner. He took the turnbuckle off. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. 2, 3, and Punk wins. Man, that was a decent length match, that one. They really gave that some time, didn't they? And they did so much. They were all over the place. They were fighting out the ring. Jericho ripping the top off of that barricade. His sister slapped him. They used weapons, fire extinguishers, kendo sticks, chairs. It's good. That was good. And that was another match that was nominated for Match of the Year. Punk's house. Look at that. They've got loads of people holding up letters and it says Punk's house. That's cool. Quite a few signs actually in the crowd. Big, big cheer. CM Punk retaining his title. Days, did you hear the rumor that maybe Tessa will make her debut? I did. Jerry, appreciate the support. Right, we've got 2 matches left. I think we've got the a women's match. I don't know if it's for a championship. And Brock Cena. And Brock Cena got 4.5 stars from Meltzer, baby. The big, giant Meltzer, baby. Oh, and he goes and jumps into the crowd. CM Punk celebrating with his family and his friends, and he's got the WWE Championship. Look, he looks happy there, doesn't he? He looks happy. Someone should show him this and go, do you remember how happy he was? Come on. Here's some money. Come on. Bring AJ Lee with you. Come on. WWE superstars are not invincible. They take real risks and endure unimaginable pain, broken bones, torn muscles, dislocations, separations. Be smart. Do not try this at home unless it's the full Nelson, because that is mega lols. Look at the carnage. Look at the carnage around the ringside area. And there's Punk blowing kisses to the crowd, giving them one final wave. Okay, the Extreme Rules pre-show. Oh, the United States Championship defended against The Miz. There's Santino. This was on the pre-show. Going forward. Here's the Cobra. Boom! 1, 2, 3. Good. I love Santino. I'm pleased that Santino won that. Santino was a lot of fun, man. So that was the pre-show match. It was for the United States Championship. Okay, we're backstage. Ah, there's the Bellas. And there's Beth Phoenix. So, Beth Phoenix not medically cleared. Beth Phoenix says, it doesn't matter. As soon as I'm medically cleared, I will get my Divas Championship back. So, Nikki Bella. We promised the people a Divas Championship match. There we go. So, it is for the Divas Championship. She doesn't like surprises. The opponent is a surprise. Right, well, there we go. So this is for the Divas Championship. This is the co-main event. We've got just one more match after this. It's going to be Nikki Bella, the champion, defending that championship. The stars above. You can look, but you can't touch. You just see me from the stars above. Have they got different hair than what we literally just saw? Or are they wearing something different? What have they got on their heads? Oh, it's some kind of weird... What is it? It's like some kind of weird lace cap. Ah. That's what did it. That's what did it. She did her ankle in. Nikki Bella in very strange wrestling attire for her. It's kind of weird seeing them in, like, this is weird attire, isn't it, for the Bellas? I expect to see them in, like, you know, Fearless and I expect to see them in that. But here they are in, like, weird black attire. You can look, but you can't touch. Right, who's she facing? Who's the surprise? Linda, 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 Linda. The title is back where it belongs. She says, I will be the longest reigning Divas champ in history. Come out, whoever you are. Linda, Linda, Linda. No, the title's not going anywhere. For me. Yes! That's a surprise. Layla. There we go. Layla making her way back. Used to be co-champ with Michelle McCool. You're not enough for me. What does she do now? I haven't seen her in like forever. Layla. What are you up to, Layla? Layla. Got me on my knees, Layla. There we go. Layla back. Layla versus Nikki Bella. She's vicious and malicious. Lay Cool were active between 2009 and 2011. She underwent surgery in 2015. I don't know what she does. I can't see anything that she's done since 2015. Well, whatever. I hope she's well. If you're watching, shout out to you, Layla. Layla. Right, here we go. Layla in the corner. Ooh, Brie on the outside. They look so much alike back then. They could pull off twin magic. That's true. Oh, yeah, she's got a knee brace on, Layla. 1. And again, she's working on that leg. Little roll up. 1. Basement drop kick takes away the knee. Forearm strike by Layla. And again. Nikki driving Layla back. You know this match isn't going to be long. I mean, it can't be long because we've still got Cena and Brock. So we know that's going to have time. So this isn't. A few boos from the crowd. I don't think the crowd are feeling it. But a crossbody by Layla. Kick out by Nikki. Basement drop kick. Down goes Brie. Slams Layla down. Big strike by Nikki. Forearm strike. Against the ropes goes Layla. Arm drag. 1. It's a bit sloppy. Spinning back kick. And Nikki goes to the outside. Oh, it is twin magic. It is twin magic. Brie comes in. The ref hasn't got a clue which one is the right one. Oh, look at that. It's a nasty net breaker. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Nikki has lost her title because Brie just got pinned. So I don't understand why doesn't Nikki go like that wasn't me. Layla wins the Divas Championship. She comes back, she wins. Why is Nikki not protesting? I don't understand. Surely she should be straight in pointing out that that wasn't her. That was a nasty, nasty net breaker though, wasn't it? Did you see that? Ooh. Moody AF. Days Will the Demon or Balor both be inducted into the Hall of... Well, they're one and the same, aren't they? So, yeah, I think Balor goes in. First Universal Champ. Layla is an estate agent now. Oh, is she? Well done, Layla. Nikki saying it's your fault. I like how Layla's knee brace has got like sparkles all over it. Right, well, there we go. 1 match left. The big one. About half an hour left. Okay, so John Laurinaitis says we were just talking about some business matters that will be addressed tomorrow. I don't actually know what they were, but teasing that something's going to be revealed on Raw. They should do that a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Use the pay-per-view to set up the next Raw. Over the Limit. Over the Limit didn't do that well. Over the Limit got 167,000 buys. This did 263, which, as we said, was really good for a B show. This is Brock Lesnar, John Cena. Brock Lesnar returning the night after WrestleMania 28. And this was his first match back. Lesnar, Cena, Extreme Rules. Please welcome the new face of the WWE, Brock. There's no one, past or present, that's got the accolades of what I've achieved. They wanted me. They needed me. Youngest champion in history. Became UFC heavyweight champ. What a match this was. I'm really looking forward to watching it. He thinks he's the top guy here, so I had to take him out. Busted his mouth open, yeah. Yeah, they're pouring with blood. That's a scared man right there. I mean, that's moody, innit? Imagine being in an First of all, imagine being in a match with Brock. Imagine being in an Extreme Rules match with Brock. I mean, it's not fun, baby. I can't imagine Cena was licking his lips at this one. Right, so this is the plan, Cena. You're going to lose at WrestleMania to The Rock. Sorry about that. Then we're going to follow it up with a match at Extreme Rules, right? Now, it's a high-profile match. You'll be in the main event again. Okay? That sounds good. Yeah. Hang on. It's against Brock Lesnar. Sorry, what? Yeah. Brock Lesnar. Edge saying you've got to find the John Cena that wanted to do this. I don't care about anyone but Brock Lesnar. That's probably the most true thing that any wrestler has ever said. We've been in front of him this entire time. Why would Triple T want Svetlana when he has us? You'll have to ask him. Days, who is the one UFC or WWE that you would like to go to either promotion? Well, I don't really care for WWE guys in UFC. UFC takes a lot of training, and I don't see anyone in WWE that's good enough. I mean, they could be with the training, but it'd probably have to be something like McGregor. McGregor to WWE would make the most impact, wouldn't it? I think it'd probably make the most sense. I know it's a dull answer, but I don't know. Here comes the pain sign. It's kind of good. They announced this is the Extreme Rules match. No music hits. There's a long pause. Cena. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks chance. And it's Brock's music first. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum. And here he is, man. That's such a good entranceway. Can't appreciate how big it is until Brock Lesnar comes walking out. Can I just say as well, I love this look for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, when he was wearing the, like, fighting shorts, where one leg was, like, black, the other was red. I always thought that was a great look. I love that look. I think, doesn't he wear just black now? His shorts are just black. I don't even think his shorts have got Jimmy's Seafood sponsor on, have they? But here he is, look. No Paul Heyman at this time. That's a great t-shirt as well, isn't it? I love the Brock Lesnar shirt. Love those shorts. And he's come back to legitimize. There's a couple of kids in the front row that have got a sign. Just a couple of kids. They've got their Cena shirts on. Cena is still our hero. I hope he pays them some attention. I hope he goes over to them. So Brock couldn't make it in the UFC. That someone's got a sign and the UFC's flashing. They've actually put power on the sign. How have they done that? They've got these flashing lights. Brock couldn't make it in the UFC. I mean, he is former heavyweight champ. He did meet Frank Mir, so, I mean, lol. But here comes CC. CC making his way. I'm going to watch Masvidal's post-fight interview. It's good. He's really down on himself. Cena with a chain. Cena bringing some of that word life. We've got just a hint of word life, Cena. Just a hint of thugonomics. He's trying to bring back some of that rap persona. That's what he needs. How do you beat Brock Lesnar with hip-hop? The chain and padlock. There you go. Look, Cena throws the hat. Oh, he should have given it to them kids. Look at them little kids with their sign. Look, and they get shown that one of the kids is doing that. Oh. And they show him on. That's nice. Cena's just blanked him. What an awful person. Heel turn. People will say, when did Cena turn heel? 2012, when he didn't acknowledge the kids in the front row. The most visible people I've ever seen in my life. Da, 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 da. God, it's got to be to them. Yay! Did they get it? Yeah, they did. Cena. He took the shirt off. He kind of threw it in that direction, but he could have jumped out and given it to him to make sure they get it. But in all fairness, I mean, he is about to get destroyed by Brock Lesnar, so, you know. I forgive him. Tell you what, them parents are brave, aren't they? We're going to go and see John Cena. Oh, amazing. I love John Cena. Who's he facing? Brock Lesnar. In an Extreme Rules match. There we go. Goes charging in. Brock Lesnar. Oh, look at them. Oh, my God. He's just grating his face with it. That is moody. Clothesline. Down goes Cena. Lesnar. I haven't seen this match since 2012, and I can't wait to see it. Cena turning heel. Brock calling Cena on. Cena going round the back, trying to take down Lesnar. Cena managing to get round the back. Is there blood coming out of the head of Cena already? Cena busted! Cena's busted! Cena's bleeding! That great and this is so good. My God, this is. Do you know what? We all know. I'm not gonna say. Cena's skull has been busted open, but there's a good reason why people don't talk about this match. We'll get to it at the end. But man, look at this. Look, we're seconds into this match and already we've got someone in with a towel because Cena is bleeding Cena blood. Look at him. What a statement, man. Look, the ref's come back and he's like, look, you've busted his head, all right? Ah, this is straight fire. Cena is bleeding. Cena slumped in the corner with blood pouring down his head. Brock backed in the other corner. Oh, it's the elbow. It's the elbow strike that does it. Bop. Cena going straight over, but more grating strikes, but only this time. This time, Brock's going after the body. Fools rushing. Lesnar on top of Cena. He is absolutely battering him. It is ground and pound. He's on the back as well of Cena. Knee strike to Cena in the midsection. And he kicks him. He boots him out of the ring. Oh, this isn't fair to them kids, is it? Them kids that are in the front, imagine they're in tears. Get out of my ring. Oh. Cena. Just get it. He's crawling his way back into the ring. And Brock's like, come on. Smile. The sadistic smile. Look at that. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. So much blood, says Sonny Wolf. Cena, we got the Doctor back again. I want a Mattel battle pack of John Cena busted open and the Doctor. That's the battle pack I want. Man, some of the best matches are the ones where something like crazy happens and there's a lot of standing around and waiting. Sounds weird, but I'm kind of getting that Mick Foley Undertaker vibe at the moment. You know, where something crazy happened and there was a lot of waiting around. It's like that. He's busted him open and there's been moments where the Doctor's had to keep coming in. But Cena now getting German suplexed. He gets German suplexed twice. Not quite Suplex City yet. He's round the back of Cena. Back elbows coming in by Cena. Cena hammering those elbows. Cena against the ropes. Collides into Brock. Brock goes into the ref. Cena going against the ropes again, but Lesnar with a shoulder tackle. And Cena goes down. Smile on the face of Lesnar. I tell you what I was doing earlier. It just popped into my head. I was like, oh, I'd love to watch some WrestleMania 30 predictions and see what people were saying about Lesnar Undertaker. Because I remember that no one was predicting Lesnar would end the streak. So it was like, might be really cool. See what people were saying. And I couldn't find like Cultaholic or Wrestle Talk or any of the What Culture. I couldn't find any predictions for WrestleMania 30 from any of those. So I watched just a couple from some like smaller channels that I've never seen before. And they were all saying, there's no way Lesnar wins. The build has been so flat. Lesnar did good on the go-home show, but other than that, he's looked absolutely just like he doesn't belong in there with Undertaker. So there's no way he's winning. It was really fun. So I do remember that. I didn't think he was winning either. If I had a channel, I would have said the exact same. Cena in the corner. Lesnar driving his shoulder into John Cena. Is it a Kimura? It's an armbar. No, it is a Kimura. It is a Kimura. Taker was supposed to beat Brock. Yeah, it was changed, wasn't it? It was changed. Cena back out the ring. I mean, the ref is down on the one side. Cena's gone down on the other side now. Brock jumping out of the ring. Blood all over the head of Lesnar. But it's Cena's blood. Lesnar with another Kimura on the outside. Hurls him into the barricade right in front of those kids. Look, the mom's got a smile on her face. She's like, shouldn't have brought them to this show. Regretting this. Is their hero. Their hero is just dumped in front of them. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. Lesnar doesn't care. Lesnar actually grabbing that chain. Wrapping it around his hand. This is good from Lesnar. This is good. Referee, no referee. Now Lesnar has got John Cena's Thugonomics chain in his hand. He actually throws it away. He's decided against it. Yeah, he doesn't need it. Cena down at the feet of Lesnar. Oh, knee strike right into the side of Cena. I don't know what Cena did to Vince to deserve this. And he's wrapping. He's put the chain around the legs of Cena. Well, he can get up. That chain's not that tight. Brock is telling Cena to get up. Get up. If Brock's telling you to get up, get up. Against the ropes goes Brock. Clothesline. Cena goes down. He's just taking his time, isn't he? Even though this might be a long Lesnar match in comparison to what we're used to seeing, there's not tons of action so far. Because Cena's been battered. He's been absolutely battered. Cena still with his legs chained together. Lesnar just picks up Cena with absolute ease. And now Cena is upside down in the corner. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, John. That's not a good situation to be in, is it? John Cena tangled up in the corner. He's having to hold on to the ropes. And Lesnar's just starting to unload with a few strikes. Smashing his arm on the edge of the ring. Sadistic. Sadistic. Oh, and again. This is the only Lesnar can do this kind of a match. Because Lesnar's got that legitimacy, he's got that believability, you know? They just haven't booked anyone else to be like Lesnar. The ref's down. Lesnar doesn't really know what to do. John Cena trying to come back. He's trying to fight back. Lesnar, though, reverses. Cena goes into those ring steps. We've got 15 minutes left of the show. That's all. 15 minutes in total. 15 minutes, yeah. I started watching wrestling after the streak had ended. Gets thrown back into the ring. The ref. This is so frustrating for Lesnar. He's got to get the ref back in. Now he's like, oh, just start counting. Just start counting. Now I'll win it by count out. Get your ass up. He looks like a monster. He looks like an absolute monster. Cena's managed to get back into the ring and Lesnar just stands on his hand. He throws the chain away. Cena gets up, though, manages to get Brock into an AA. Brock reverses it. F5, but ref's down again. The ref's down again. Look, Lesnar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no referee. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. Had to wait for a replacement ref. Oh, that ref goes down now. Was that John Cone? John just got coned. Cone got caned. Someone in the crowd, is it the guy with the long hair, has got a sign that says legitimacy has returned? What about... Ow. He just picked up the ref like he was nothing. I know. Lesnar in the ring. Cena down. Steps in the middle of the ring. So we've got steps in the ring, not the band. Cena in the corner. How long have we got here? We've got 11 minutes. I'm just trying to figure out how is this finish going to happen? Cena says, you can't see me. Big strikes by Cena. Knee strike by Lesnar. Kimura. Middle of the ring. Booker T says he's going to break John Cena's arm. Cena screaming in pain. It's amazing. It's so brutal. I bet that Kimura is moody. I bet that Kimura is seriously moody. It looks horrific. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks of the chance. Cena trying to use his strength. He's actually picked Brock up, slams him down onto the steps. Desperation from Cena. Cena going over to the corner. Kutan, shout out to you. Cena up top, Lesnar on the steps. It is desperate times. Is he going to... Oh, okay. Leg drop. Lesnar moved out the way, but I thought he was going to leg drop like onto the steps or something, but he just misses the steps. Lesnar just moves out of the way. So Cena goes out of the ring. There's no referees around. Yeah, Lesnar just looked confused, like he didn't know where Cena had gone. I don't think he knows where Cena is. Yeah, he's trying to figure out. There, and now he spotted his arm so we can see him. There was confusion there for Lesnar. He didn't actually know where John Cena had gone. He couldn't see him. He legit couldn't see him. That's amazing. It's like, come on. Come on. He's doing a bit of a Nakamura. Come on. Cena. Lesnar against the ropes. Comes off the steps. Oh, wow. Threw himself at Cena, but threw himself so hard that he goes out the ring as well. That's amazing. Lesnar straight up and over the top. You just do not see these kind of Lesnar matches now, do you? You don't see Lesnar doing these kinds of things. Look at that. Whoa, he got the top rope. Top rope kind of gave. He kind of went on the top to drive that knee, but the top rope couldn't hold his weight, and he went, what? Straight up and out the ring. Yeah, who knows what he's done, where he looks all right. He's still standing with his arms in the air in the ring. Crowd are cheering. He's saying to Cena, come on. One more time. He's going for it again. If at first, this is such an important lesson from Lesnar. If at first you don't succeed, get punched in the face with a chain. That's the saying. If at first you don't succeed, get punched in the face with a chain. Down goes Lesnar. Cena, who has been battered throughout this whole match, blood pouring down his face, catches Lesnar with that chain. Oh, look at Lesnar. He's going to try and AA him onto the steps. That'd be sick. There's blood coming down the face of Lesnar now. Lesnar's bleeding. Lesnar blood. Both guys bleeding right now. Lesnar, a little bit wobbly on his feet. Cena has got Lesnar up. AA onto the steps. 1, 2, 3. Cena beats Lesnar. That is why this match is not really fondly remembered. It's why no one really talks about it, because it's a really stupid thing for Lesnar to beat a return, for Cena to beat a returning Lesnar. Doesn't make much sense. Lesnar, former UFC champion, massive name to bring in. But I think the truth was he'd only signed a contract for a few matches. They didn't actually know how long he was around for. It didn't really make much sense having Lesnar go over if he wasn't around for very long. So there we go. Bum, ba, ba. Yeah, the match was stopped twice. But it's a good match. Unrealistic AF. The problem I have is that Cena won. Well, I mean, I don't know how much you can suspend disbelief, you know? I mean, for me, this is on the line. I don't like it. I don't like that Lesnar lost. I agree, it's not believable. But can I don't know. Lesnar reacting to someone in the crowd there. I literally would have pooped my pants. Yeah. Love that start. Love that start. Can we do a watch long for SummerSlam? Maybe. Brock outside the ring after the FU is a ridiculous ending. Dun, 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 dun. Coaster Maniac, shout out to you. But yeah, it's a good match. It is a good match. It's a brutal match. Cena doesn't win clean, in all fairness. I mean, he does use that chain, and it does bust Brock open. And then he does get AA'd, FU'd onto the steps. So, there's enough there for me to go, I don't like it, but... And we all know what happened when they have a rematch at SummerSlam. Is it SummerSlam 2014? I think it is, isn't it? He gets turned to absolute mush. John Cena. It's an absolute battering. What does he say? I might be taking a vacation, but I love you guys. I think is his arm done or something. I think his arm's gone. He seems very frustrated, and this arm is kind of dangling. Oh, I'd be interested to know what happened in that arm, but I think... Was it all of those Kimuras? Cena was in the fight of his life. I think there's something wrong with that arm. My arm's a little messed up, he says. I'm in one piece. My arm's a little messed up. I want to know, after this, how long is he away for? John Cena, Wikipedia. He says, Mom, how did I do? Okay. I'm in one piece, but my arm's a little messed up. 2012. Right. At Extreme Rules, Cena defeated Lesnar. Oh, no. He is at a match at Over the Limit, so he's not away for long. He's at the next pay-per-view, if away at all, so... I think I'm heading home anyway. So he's cutting a promo. John Cena saying a few words after this match. I know this is CM Punk's town. But above all else, this is a wrestling town. Cheap pop. Tonight you were supposed to see the Extreme. I'm tasting my own blood, and I'm proud to say that that's here in Chicago, Illinois. He says, I feel great tonight. I think this is all part of storyline because I think he was in a feud with John Laurinaitis. And there we go. I mean, just nice words from Cena. Nothing. Just says, get home safe. How dare he? Oh, pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. That is a John Cena pipe bomb. I'm going to say something. My boss will probably fire me for this, but make sure you all get home safe. Love you all. Love to your families. Bye. Oh, I bet they were writing the articles for that one. But there we go. John Cena sucks, but he's actually alright. And that is the end of Extreme Rules. Get your scores in for Extreme Rules. We've got Extreme Rules 2020 next weekend. I would love it if it was even just close to that show. I thought that was a fun show. Three really good matches. Maybe 4 if you count Orton and Kane at the start, which I thought was very good. Brodus Clay, lots of fun. Cody Rhodes, I mean, the match wasn't really anything, but it's just fun to see Cody Rhodes, isn't it? Not as Stardust. Nikki Bella, Layla, I mean, whatever. But overall, I mean, I think it was very entertaining. John says 875. AA Ron says 8. Shout out to you. 8.75 says LSW. Shaquem says 10 out of 10. Jerry 875. Shace gives it an 8. 7.5 from Kevin, 8.5 from Sean. Sonny gives it an 8. Miss Clown Wong gives it an 8. 10 out of 10 by Shaquem. Brian's 8.75. J14, 8.5. William Hensey, shout out to you. The big guy with an 8. Austin 316 with an 8. Yeah, I'm gonna largely agree with you lot. I think this is 8. I want to just go a touch above 8, to be honest. I just want to go a touch above. I think that this was a really, really good show. As we said, they regard this as the best ever Extreme Rules show. So, 825, could I be tempted to go to 8.5? Maybe, if, like, you know, if Brock was twisting my arm, you know, then if I was being Kimura'd, then, yeah, I might be tempted to go a touch higher. But, no, I think 8.25 is fair. I feel like that's a fair score. So, 7.77 because Cena wins. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a problem, and that's definitely why I'm not going 10s. And, you know, there's a couple of things in here which, you know, were all right. Didn't blow me away. Ryback and, you know, things like that. Ryback's all right, but just it wasn't really a match, was it? It's just a couple of jobbers. How weird seeing them on a pay-per-view. But I suppose at this point, they're just trying to establish Ryback. So, a 10 out of 10 stream. Texas Rangers fan, shout out to you. Trini. Hello, Trini. Says 8.5. 9 out of 10. 8.7. Brock was unhappy with Cena winning this match. I would imagine so, yes. I can't imagine that Brock was like over the moon about it. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say I've heard any interviews with Brock about this match or have seen any statements or anything. But, yeah, I'd imagine he was. But I think the reason was that he'd only signed a short contract, as I said. So it didn't, you know, there was no, I don't think there was like long-term plans that we're going to put the title on Lesnar. We're going to build towards this. So I think that was the reason for it, because this first year that he comes back is not the best for him. It's only really when you get into him beating the streak and then, you know, Suplex City and him beating Cena at SummerSlam and, you know, things like that. That's when we start to get the Lesnar back. But yeah, this kind of 2012 Lesnar, not still, you know, would do some great stuff, but yeah, we weren't quite where we needed to be. Raw tomorrow, yes, looking forward to that. Should be a good show. Big match. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins has been announced for Raw tomorrow, so we've got that. Can't remember what else, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, little bit concerned. Go home show, you know, those words strike fear into my heart, because go home shows traditionally not the strongest, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Cena Lesnar is one of my favourite matches. Can we do a 2019 SummerSlam watch along? No, we've already done it, so it would be pointless to do it again. I'm sure should be on the channel. 2019 watch along already. Cena Lesnar, one of my favourite Raw matches. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Really enjoyed it. Kevin Owens Seth is going to be a great match tomorrow. Yeah, should be. Just always have a few concerns with go home shows. That's my only thought. But hey, that is it. We are done for tonight. I wasn't sure if we were going to do anything tonight. What with such a big stream last night, that massive UFC stream, nearly 10 hours of streaming. I'm, as I said, not feeling 100% right now. So I'm going to call it quits there. I'm going to quit whilst we're ahead. We just watched a really fun show. Had some really interesting chats. And, of course, we are back tomorrow. So that's it, my friends. We are done for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And hopefully see you again tomorrow for what should be, hopefully, an interesting, if not enjoyable, Raw. So, awesome, guys. Bye for now.